So yes, we will be essentially showing how you can use OpenID AuthZEN to extend OAuth and OpenID Connect flows. One of the things that we like to do within AuthZEN is actually look at other working groups and see whether we can collaborate together. So we're also trying to work with shared signals. It helps because one of the members of shared signals and share of shared signals is also a member of AuthZEN, so a tool. But here in particular, what we're acknowledging is that the traditional, I'm going to call it the traditional PEP PDP pattern, does not always work. Not all applications are capable of or able to be fronted by a proxy or a PEP. So in that case, what if those apps know how to receive and consume and introspect an access token? What if we could enrich that access token with metadata or information that did come from a PDP? And that's exactly what we're trying to do in this integration, right? We're going to get an OAuth authorization server. And I say authorization server, and really I want to stress this. I'm talking from an OAuth OpenID Connect meaning. So this is the place where you go authenticate a user and get a token back. And we're going to have that auth server reach out to a policy decision point. And there's two questions really the IDP can ask, right? The first one is, should I issue the token at all? That's not the most interesting one, by the way. It's a question that you can ask. But the more interesting question is, assuming I can issue the token, which claims should I inject into the token? So instead of relying on static configuration inside of the IDP that says, given the username, here's the claims and scopes that are going to be in the token, or given the request scopes. But now it's actually given the policy that is maintained by a policy decision point. Tell me which claim I can inject into the token. And this is what David, the architecture. Yep.
Right.
Go ahead, Jerry.
Sorry, David. And to be clear, the demonstration that's happening next month at Gartner is on that second question. What claims or scopes should be included in the token?
Yeah, exactly. We're only focusing on that one. And what's really cool is that most IDPs that we've reached out to and that are taking part, they all have extensibility capabilities, extension points, if you will, in their flows. I think in Octaland, they call it auth token flow. So in the auth token flow, you can call out to third-party service and do different things, including getting claims. And that's how we actually do that AuthZEN call, that little orange rectangle in the middle. It's thanks to the IDP's abilities to extend their core functionality. So the flow here is you have a user, Alice, on the left. She's authenticating in the app, redirected to the auth server, Okta or Auth0, whatever it may be. And then as part of authenticating the user, the auth server is going to reach out to the PDP using the AuthZEN resource search request. Is going to literally, or actually action search. That's a mistake here. And in this particular demo, we're asking, tell me.
No.
It is resource search. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Yep. Wow, I'm forgetful. It's age. So we're going to ask, tell me which records Alice can delete. So we hard-coded the delete in the AuthZEN call for this particular demo, but you could actually think of doing multiple calls. So you could say, there's view, edit, delete. So then the IDP could call the AuthZEN PDP 3 times if it wanted to. And so the use case we have, Jerry, is a use case that we built for the search interop we did back in June, where we were dealing with records. And we use records because the attendee can stretch their imagination and think medical record, banking record, transaction, whatever fits their vertical. And the policies for the search interop back in June was about viewing records, editing records, deleting records. And now for this particular IDP integration, we're focusing on the very last policy. A user can delete any record they own. And so the request we're going to be sending is, which records can Alice delete? And the answer we'll be getting back is that array of records that the user can actually delete. Make sense?
It does. And in these interoperability demonstrations, sometimes we constrain the use case, as you just described, David, just to simplify things and not make it too complicated, but also still to be representative of what can be accomplished.
So with that being said, how about we jump into the demo app?
Don't give away too much now. We still want them to come to Gartner and see the real thing.
Yes, I'll only show Academics. And I want to say big thanks to Alex Olivier from Cerbos, who actually implemented the demo app. And so this is what it looks like. Very simple. You can choose the PDP that you want to work with. So far, we have 5 compliant implementations. So Axiomatics, Cerbos, Signal, Topaz, WSO2. We've got a couple more that are going to be available shortly. And then on the IDP side, we have 4 IDPs so far: auth0, Curity, Glue, Duende. If you are an IDP, if you want to be in the limelight and support standards, call us, reach out to us on the mailing list. We'll add you to this list once you've done the implementation. And so here, what I can do is say log in with auth0. If I knew how to click. So I'm using Axiomatics and auth0. And we say Alice. And what's really cool is that in this demo, auth0 does not know it's talking to Axiomatics. It's abstracted away, right? And because it's standardized, it doesn't matter anymore. And so here now, what you can see is the request, the AuthZEN resource search request we're sending. Okay, tell me which record Alice can delete. And then the response that comes back is the list of identifiers. So record 1, 7, 13, and 19. And then what we do is inject it as a claim in the ID token below, right here. And we have, the usual claims that might come back in ID token. And then here we have the custom claim record. All right. And this is the token for anyone who knows how to read base 64. This is what it looks like. And there we go, a bit of magic, Jerry. 'Tis the season for magic.
Not bad.
When you decode base 64, who knew Google Slides could decode base 64 like this? You get the records back.